Newsday's top 100 player. She has scored 4.
How do you think?
You know, we've seen a couple games from these teams in the past couple of days. You know, both good teams with definitely some strengths and weakness coming to this game.
Yeah.
Mepham 3-3-2 in the conference. Manhasset 1-5.
Yeah, as game just gets started, Hafner just kicks it out. Gonna be Manhasset ball. I know she rules it in favor. Hafner ready for the throw-in. So yeah, the records are 1-5 for Manhasset and 3-3-2 in conference play for the Pirates. Both teams desperately looking for a win for the playoffs. As thrown over to looking for a Coulier, but out of bounds. Manhasset ball. It's going to be Lulin on the throw-in. Throws it over, hits off Hafner's head, and going to be out. And Manhasset looking to play quick. So, Sean, how do you think this game's going to play out?
You know, as we're seeing in these first couple minutes, the ball is staying close to that out-of-bounds line, you know. I mean, it might not be a lot of action we're seeing in this early time, but as the game goes on, we're probably going to have a lot of action.
As DePrada makes her first save of the game, definitely going to be a key in this goaltender matchup. DePrada, starting goalie, has 69 saves this season as she boots it along there. Intended for Almana. Gets it, looking for Coulier. Great header right there by Lulin. Coulier looking for the ball. Right back. Carney with the play. Going over to Osario. Osario bringing it up. Gives it to Denahan. Denahan is one of the top players in this game for Manhasset. A D1 lacrosse player committed to Boston College.
You know, she's one of the fastest, toughest players on that Manhasset team. You know, she's been on varsity for 2 years. She's one of the best overall athletes that we're going to see today.
Yeah, certainly an athlete. Boston College is the #2 girls lacrosse team in the country, so certainly impressive. Out of bounds there. Looking for the throw-in right now is Manhasset. Manhasset throws. Great defense right there by Hafner. Gets it over. Looking for a feed. Pirates get the ball, but stolen right back at. Looking for the kick, but able to stop her right there is Tansy. Tansy, another huge player, as she gets called for the foul right there. Tansy, the best player on the Pirates. Newsday top 100. D1 Davidson commit. Sean, tell me a little more.
You know, she's really one of these all-around solid players coming into this game. She had 4 goals last year. She already has 4 goals this year. You know, she's very committed to her position on this team. She's just one of those players you always see around the field.
Yeah, as Manhasset getting ready, looking for what they want to do on this free kick right now. Getting their formation set. As you see them communicating, using arm signals to see what they want to do. There's a little discussion right here with the officials. So, Sean, let's see the keys of the game. You know, Pirates winning 50-50 balls and spreading the field and holding the lead. But, yeah, it's going to be a good game. Officials getting ready. Officials are set. Kicks it over towards DePrada. DePrada with a nice save right there. Second save of the game. You're going to try looking for more. Boots it up right there. Intended for Caminiti, but stolen. Mepham playing it back to Parisi. Parisi kicks it over. Manhasset keeps it in, however. Caminiti now with a nice chip pass looking for Olsen. Olsen gets it back. Olsen pushing the pace right now. Looking for an opportunity. Olsen with a nice quick pass to Coulier. Coulier thinking what she wants to do, but gets stolen. But right back there is Almana. Kicks it back. Looking over towards Lema. Lema with a nice kick in. Olsen right there, but a save right there. A lot of traffic right there. Good save by Moss as Moss plays it very quickly. Going to Gordon. Gordon pushing the play. It's a nice kick, but stopped by Parisi. Just stays in bounds. And a little miscommunication will cause it out of bounds. Manhasset ball. Very fast pace that was right there.
Yeah, you can see this Mepham offense. They're very fast paced today going into this game. They're getting that ball down the field. They're able to move it, a lot of passing. You know, it's a good play style.
Yes, Tansy with the header right there. Looking for Almana with a nice boot pass right there, intended for Olsen. Olsen trying to get into that ball right there, but not able to as it's kicked out. Sean, with this free throw, what do you think the Pirates are going to try doing?
You know, they're up here close to the goal around the 20, 15-ish yard line on the football field. I think they try to get this to a good player and get that closer to the goal.
Yeah, throws it to Okulie. Okulie tries to make her miss, not able to. It's a little scrum for the loose ball. Kicks it to the middle, intended for Lema, but not able to get the shot through. Good defense right there by Manhasset. Okulie with the kick, and it's going to be out. Covered by Manhasset. It's a nice throw right there, looking for Gordon. Not able to get it, though. Lema with a nice kick, but stolen right back is Colligeras. Tansy with a nice defensive play. Kicks it right back to Caminiti. Not able to do anything. Tansy keeps it in. Caminiti now looking for it. Nice slick pass. Trying to keep it in, but just not able to. Manhasset now kicking it back. Looking for Caminiti. Good play by Olsen. Olsen really playing a very solid start of this game, getting all over Manhasset, stopping everything they're trying to do. Now Cumberman with the ball, looking for a pass. Kicks it up to Okulie, but stolen. But right back to her. Good play. Manhasset now pushing it, going over to Gordon. Gordon with it out the 10-yard line, looking for a set to the middle. Tries going to the middle, but blocked right there is Tansy. And it's going to be kicked out right there. Pirates ball.
It's a very aggressive game between these two offenses that we're seeing right now. Both sides getting the ball down the field very far, getting in there. We just got to see which team can finally break open and get that first goal.
Yeah, they both are playing very aggressive. Would not be surprised for a goal pretty soon. As Hafner now with a nice header, pushing momentum. Heads it again, looking for nice speed. Gets it up, but just stopped at the midway. But Okulie now trying to break forward with some speed. Pretty much by herself, trying to make a defender miss right there. Okulie gets stopped by Lulin of the ball as she kicks it out. Going to be a good opportunity for the Pirates with this throw-in right here.
And we're seeing a lot of good play from this Manhasset defense today. They're forcing these balls out a lot of the time when they get downfield, stealing a lot, intercepting these passes.
Yeah, one of the Pirates' keys of the game is to score early and first. Scoring early and first means that you will not be playing behind as that ball is thrown out. Manhasset now is going to have a kick from their own end zone.
And I agree with what you say, that scoring early and first, keeping that momentum is what keeps these teams energetic and staying in this game.
Yeah, you never want to play behind, especially in soccer. If you're down by one, it's very easy to just tie at best. So you really want to try getting that win with that first goal. As it's kicked up, Cumberman with the ball, pushing pace. Gets stripped, though, right there. Great play by Manhasset. Manhasset now going to Alzheimer. Alzheimer picks it up, but Tansy with a nice steal. Lema with a nice kick, but out of bounds right there, and Alzheimer's going to get the throw-in. Alzheimer looking to play it quick, but no one. Now with the throw-in, good play by Lema kicking it out, but it's going to be Manhasset ball still. And with that, so it's a throw-in right there by Alzheimer. Throws it over to Gordon, but Lema with another steal, but still able to be Manhasset ball. They are slowly going towards the Prada and net right there, trying to get a good shot again.
We're seeing a lot of aggressive offense, even just 10 minutes into this game, but we haven't seen any scoring yet.
Yeah, still yet to see any scoring. Both teams definitely want to get that as we have a corner kick right there. So, Sean, tell me what you think they want to do on that corner.
You know, this corner kick, they're obviously able to get close to that goal. You know, they've been aggressive all game. I wouldn't be surprised if they just go for one of these good passes, get a scrum right in the middle there, hope one of their players gets out and is able to get to the net.
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do. They're probably going to try going for just a quick pass towards the middle, try getting a deflection to score. As it's booted towards the middle and kicked right back out, and it's going to be another corner kick. Kicked out there by Caminiti. Getting the ball again, resetting, looking for another corner. Do you think she's going to try the same approach this time, Sean?
It's definitely a chance. A lot of players gathering around the middle of that field as she kicks it in.
Kicks it, a very high kick, but not able to go through. And it's going to be out again. This time, however, it's Pirates' ball.
The Pirates are probably going to try to go just as far as they can down the field with this one, try to find an open person.
Yeah, as the Pirates are summoning in Tanis for Olsen. It's going to be a good change for the striker position right there, trying to get that speed. Thrown in by Hafner. Hafner to looking for Cumberman. Keeps it in. Good play by there. Keeping it in. Hafner now with a boot. Boots it to the middle. Keeps it in by Manhasset. Lema now looking for the through ball. Gets it. Pirates now with momentum, but great defensive play there by Manhasset. Goes over to Kaplan. Now Pirates with it. Looking for Tansy. Tansy with a good boot up, going to Caminiti. Stolen right there. Good steal by the Manhasset team. Stopped right there. The little 50-50 ball, definitely a key right there by Manhasset, was to win the 50-50 balls, as it is going out of bounds right there, as we are going to send it to Sophia Whitaker on the sideline.
And defensive center Caitlin is a Division I commit at Davidson. She is Newsday's top 100 player and has scored 4 goals this season as well as last season. Now I'm Sophia Whitaker, sending it back to the booth.
Yeah, and we were back throwing in right there. Yep, and thrown in by Manhasset. Going to be out of bounds again. Manhasset really trying to push pace right now in this game. Looking for the throw in. So what do you think they're going to do? You see a lot of out of bounds in a row, Sean.
You know, obviously they're trying to get that one good play in here to get this ball as far down the field as they can. Obviously with a lot of deflections out of bounds, getting that ball back around out of bounds. There's only so much they can do.
Yep, and Manhasset now. Good steal. Lehman now on a fast break, but tracking her down almost was right there, Calories. And it's a kick looking for Caminiti. Caminiti on the right side with a shot just wide right there. Just not able to score. Great opportunity, barely missed by the Pirates.
One of those first shots on goal we have this game. That one was very close. I wouldn't be surprised to see this kind of confidence from the Mepham team being able to go downfield and getting that first goal of the game soon.
As we have subs for both teams, for the Pirates, it's going to be Marsh subbing in for Lema. And for Manhasset, it's going to be Savano subbing into the game. Sean, how do you think this affects things?
You know, obviously, after around 16 minutes we played so far, players have been getting tired, and that's just the theme in sports. You know, people, obviously soccer is a very physical sport. You're running around a lot, so getting these substitutions in not only strategically beneficial, but generally beneficial for these players.
Yeah, you got to keep the entire team fresh. Can't have them wearing down the first, as we have a replay right here. Caminiti just missing wide right there, but not able to get it. As we are back to the game action, going to be kicked out right there by Manhasset. Pirates ball. Pirates trying to move right here. It's Hafner on the throw in with a good throw, trying to get it deep. Cumberman now with it. Gets the header, but stop. Keeps it in. Decent chance brewing for the Pirates, but kicked away to safety by Manhasset. Going to be another throw in for Hafner.
And this game has been played a lot on the sidelines today. You see there's a lot of these balls getting kicked out of bounds, a lot of just the ball going out in general, and this is setting us up for a lot of throw-ins, corner kicks.
Yeah, as Olsen subbing in right here for Coulier. Olsen has a ton of speed. Now Hafner with the throw-in, going right to Olsen right out the gate. Now Cumberman with a good play. Olsen now trying to get her chance after just getting subbed into the game. Caminiti to Tansy. Tansy now with a chance in the corner, trying to look for a centering pass. Gets it. Kick to the middle and off the post and out of bounds. What a save right there by Moss. what a play right there on all sides. Getting the pass to the middle, getting the shot off, then hits off the crossbar and then off the goalpost.
That was a great jump on the ball there by Moss. That kind of goalie play is what you want to see out of your star goalie for this Manhasset team. That kind of jumping, able to deflect the ball, just in a couple inches away from that ball, that probably would have been in the net.
Yes, Pirates had their chance with the corner kick. Tansy now motioning Parisi. Gets it back to Parisi. Parisi with the kick up. Now Manhasset with an opportunity with the through ball. It's going to be Hafner chasing it down. Hafner looking, gives it to DePrada. DePrada just kicks it out to safety. So, yeah, we are seeing this play as we have a replay right here of the pass. Pass it through, and beautiful save right there. Off the bar, off the post, just off everything. Barely not able to score.
Just some amazing awareness from the Manhasset goalie there.
Yeah, great awareness being able to make that save. Now Pirates trying to push it up again. Great move right there by Omanana. Gives it over to Humberman. Humberman now with the kick across going for Caminiti. Caminiti kicks it back to Tansy, playing it safe. Tansy now with a boot. Trying to get there on the through ball is Caminiti. Caminiti gets there and it's just inbound still as she keeps it in, but then out. It is going to be Manhasset ball.
Mepham, great offense like that. They've been able to drive down this field a lot this game.
Yeah, Caitlin Tansy right there. Number 5, Davidson Connect, just was talked about by Sophia Whitaker. She is certainly doing everything with that amazing pass to the middle, almost able to get through.
She's really been able to lead by example this year for this Mepham team, and that's part of one of the reasons why they've been a good team this year.
Yeah, certainly one of the reasons why. As we are back under play, Parisi now with the kick, kicks it high, looking for Caminiti, but not able to get there. Now Tansy on the back check, not able to get it. Manhasset with the kick, but able to stop it right there by Savano. Now pushing the pace right there is Civic. Looking for the pass up the middle, not able to get it. Parisi kicks it, but it's going to be out of bounds on Manhasset. Pirates going to try to get the clear. Parisi now with the throw across, looking for Tanis. Looking on the offense, kicking it back right there. Tansy with the block, but not able to get it out. Little chip pass right there. Hafner and DePrada going for it. DePrada with the save.
Both these teams have had great hustle so far today.
DePrada now looking for Tansy. Tansy now has some space, kicks it over, intended for Lema. Lema now with a nice play. Caminiti gets kicked, and it is going to be out on the Pirates. Manhasset gets the throw in.
And Caminiti has been having a huge part in this game. She's able to get that ball downfield. She's getting a lot of these passes. She's obviously, you saw earlier taking some of these shots. She's been a very important player today.
Yeah, Caminiti's a 4-year starter on Varsity Newsday Top 100 and a county award winner. 3 goals this season. Definitely who you would expect to see leading the Pirates. The Pirates are going to have the throw in this time. This time it's going to be Parisi on the throw in. And Caminiti going to be subbed out for a little bit. Throw in there. Pirates looking for a chance and looking for Olsen, but not able to get there. Moss with another save. Moss looking for it now. Throws it deep. Gets it right there. Manhasset looking for a breakout, but Humberman on her. Humberman keeps it in now, trying to get a quick pass across, getting pressured, has nowhere to go, and it's going to be kicked out, but Pirates are going to keep the ball.
And we've seen a lot of action through this first 20 minutes of play here. There's a lot of going up and down the field for both of these teams, a lot of chances at goals, a couple shots on goal, but we just got to see that first goal is probably going to determine who's more successful this game.
Yeah, that first goal is really looking big as we are halfway through the first half, 0-0 for both teams as a great kick right there intended for the middle. Olsen now not able to get it. Humberman now going back, keeps it in, kicks it up, now still on the ball. What a 50-50. This is huge for both teams. Could lead to a goal. Kicks it up the middle, looking for it, but no one in sight. The Prada's going to have another save.
He's getting a lot of these chances down the field today with a lot of movement from Manhasset.
Yeah, as it was stolen right there on the opening throw-off. Looking for Hafner now. Hafner kicking it up, going for Olsen, but not able to get it. Going to be Pirates ball out of bounds on Manhasset. Pirates now working pretty quickly. Hafner with the throw-in. Gets it over to Almana with a nice 50-50 battle. Olsen really pressuring, but kicks it up. Good through ball looking over, but Tansy able to stuff it. But Lema trips right there, but kicked up and to safety. Tansy now with a nice kick across looking for Lema. Lema pressuring. Manhasset now kicks it just out right there as Alzheimer was trying to make the save to keep it in.
Both these teams are applying a lot of pressure on each other so far this game with this kind of fast-paced offense that we've been seeing today.
Yeah, it's kicked right out on the header by Gordon. Pirates slowly inching forward. Parisi on the throw-in. Parisi throws it in and out again on the Manhasset, excuse me. And Pirates going to throw it in again. Parisi looking for the throw and probably going to look for something more towards the middle for an opportunity this time. As she does, looking for Olsen. Olsen almost able to get it and just not able to get the shot off right there is Tanis.
You know, we've seen that's a couple shots there from Mepham today. They're really battering up this upfield in a way offense kind of style. They're able to get down this field a lot. They've got a couple shots on goal and even in that end zone area.
Yeah, as that corner kick just hits off Tansy. Hafner now kicks it straight up while it's in the air. Tansy not able to settle it. Manhasset now with an opportunity. Gordon bringing it forward. Gordon going to get stopped right there, but it's going to be out on Tansy. Pirates are going to have the ball.
And this Pirates team showing a great example of one of their main keys of the game. Just keep working. They're pounding this ball downfield. They're relentless on defense. They're not really taking any time to stop. They're playing very hard today.
As we have some subs, we have on Manhasset, we have Savino subbing out of the game. Manhasset now with the throw-in. Throws it in. Hafner hits off her head, and it's going to be out again. Now Manhasset this time trying to inch forward. Manhasset now looking for an opportunity right here. Looking for the throw-in. Throws it in right there. Olsen with the good defense, right? But it's going to be out of bounds. Pirates ball. Hafner for the throw-in. Hafner throws it in across, and it barely stays in bounds. Olsen now putting the pressure on. Manhasset keeps it in right there. Hafner gets stolen from. Could keep in right there by Calgaris. As it's a 50-50, Manhasset wins it, but kicked out, and it's going to be a foul at the 25.
And make sure to tune to the BMB morning announcements every Friday morning to see your favorite personalities, faces, and news stories to keep you up to date on things happening in the community.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss that episode. It's always a great episode on the morning announcements. We are back now in the action, going for the free kick. What do you think they're going to try doing with it, Sean?
You know, Manhasset, they've been close to the goal a lot this game, but this is really a middle attack. They have a lot of their players situated on this line here. They got to try to get it, at least a deflection off one of these players.
Yeah, kicking, looking for the goal. The Prada, though, able to make the mediocre save and looking for an opportunity. The Prada looking around, decides to boot it here, looking for Caminiti. Caminiti gets it, but stolen from right there. Able to keep the ball now is the Pirates. Pirates looking to advance. Hafner with the kick, but out of bounds. So, Sean, with 14 minutes left, what do you think both these teams have to do to score a goal before the half ends?
You know, it's a 0-0 game, but still we've seen a lot of offense out. I feel like that one player here just needs to break through, whether it whether it's someone like Caitlin Tansey or Gabriella Caminiti for the Pirates, or someone on Manhasset, both of these teams are able to get down the field at a great rate so far this game, so I feel like it just takes one shot to change it.
Yeah, as the Pirates sub off Hafter for Trinka. Now Trinka taking the throw in. Trinka looking for a throw. Throws it deep, looking for someone. Not able to get it. Manhasset gets the ball with a nice kick right there. Tansey now able to kick it out. Looking a lot of space right here for the Pirates to work with, but not able to get it deep. But Lehman now. Lehman not able to get the ball through where she was looking for. And Caloris with a nice pass. Nice setup right there. But stolen by Parisi. Good defensive play. Manhasset putting the pressure on the left wing. Trying to get a centering pass, but out on the Pirates' corner kick right here. So, Sean, both teams now having their second corner kick of the game. How do you think this is going to work?
This is corner kicks. There's been a couple this game, but these mainly very powerful kicks. They're trying to get around the middle, around that group of people with Mepham and Manhasset. They're both looking here right now, just trying to get a deflection or at least a player to keep around that goal and try to get that first goal of the game.
Yeah, definitely trying to get the first goal. The first goal is everything. Haller is on the sideline looking for the corner. Boots it to the middle. A lot of space, but off a Pirate. Cumberman looking able to clear it, get it to safety again. Manhasset now with a nice chip in, trying to now keep it in the Pirate zone. Manhasset with quick passing, trying to open it up with the quick passing. Now towards the middle, looking at the product, and off the post, and now rebound. Save made by the Prada, able to steal a goal right there. Fantastic save right there, keeping the game tied at 0.
And there have been those couple great plays by Mepham in this past minute of the game. Being able to save that free kick, getting it away from the goal down the field, and obviously that amazing sequence from the Preda there. Mepham just kind of hopes to see these girls keep playing like this throughout the rest of the game.
As Manhasset trying to keep the pressure pounding. Lema under a lot of pressure, but they call the foul on Manhasset. But going back to that play, it was just a beauty from the start. They were able to get that first pass, then able to string a couple together. Then, as we have the replay here showing it, beautiful kick off her hand, off the post. Then the rebound not able to go through. Now Olsen looking for the ball. Olsen with a nice kick, but not able to get through the defense of Lulin. Kicks it across now. Going to be out of bounds. Manhasset going to try going quick with the Pirates' offense.
With that replay there, DePreda has had some great spatial awareness today, being able to get around those goals and getting these saves that she has.
Yeah, definitely had to make those huge saves. Now, looking for Caminiti. Caminiti not able to win that, but trying to continue the terrain. Now Trinka playing good defense right there. Pushing it to the 30. Kicks it across right there is Calgaris. Trying to keep it in. Keeps it in deep. Looking for the centering feed, but off Cubberman. Not able to get through, but we have another corner kick now with 10 minutes to go. As we have subs for both teams. Okulier subbing in for the Pirates and Kang subbing in for Manhasset.
Another corner kick for Manhasset here. They have been getting a couple corner kicks so far today.
Yeah, they've definitely been in a couple of corner kicks so far. Looking for the centering feed right here. Definitely last one, they almost were able to get it through. This one's booted over, looking off the post. Not able to get it now. Tansey's going to try bringing it forward. Has a lot of space. Bringing it up at the 50. No one able to help her as the team's trying to catch up. Tansey keeps it. Trying to keep it in, but out of bounds right there. Going to be Manhasset ball. Great play right there by Manhasset.
And make sure to check out BMB's social media show, The Frontier. It's been going on every single week this year. It covers your weekly news, sports, and events in the BMB community. Bellmore-Merrick found on the Instagram page. Make sure to check that out.
Yeah, as Dylan Wigdor is on it, who's also going to be sportscasting today, so you'll be able to see him here and there. Now we are back to a Parisi trying to get the throw in. Parisi with the throw in. Gets it over to Tanis. Tanis now under pressure, not able to keep it in. Going to Denahan, the key player for Manhasset, trying to get it through, but stop right there is Kang. Deep. Okulie now bringing it to the 40, but kicked up. Not able to keep it deep, though, is Manhasset. Pirates trying to keep it. That's Lame on the pressure, but great play right there by Manhasset. Osario keeping it in deep. Now kicks it across right there. The pass across was from Civic. Now pushing it up. Great chance here. Centering feed. Kicks it, and that's a goal right there. What a play by that centering feed, and able to get the tip in. Beautiful goal.
That's a great one for Manhasset to break open the seal.
Yeah.
Keep that momentum going throughout the game. That's how they get success.
Yeah, definitely want to keep the momentum going. That's just a beautiful play as we have a replay here. The feed to the middle, and then barely able to deflect it into the net for the opening goal of this game.
You know, that kind of teamwork from Manhasset is why we're going to see a lot of explosive offense from them today.
Yeah, as Kang had the goal, who's also a 10th grader, but going to go D1 in lacrosse. Great play right there as Lema now trying to kick it. Lema bringing it up with speed, looking for a pass across, but great defense right there is Wong. Kicking it up now. Caloris with the pressure, but Cumberman with the stop. Caminiti now pushing it up with the feed to the middle on Almana. Almana with the kick, but not able to get it through. Caminiti trying to pressure, not able to get enough, though. Huberman on the defense, able to stop it for Lema. Lema picks it over across to Okulie. Okulie trying to get the through ball, not able to. Manhasset now trying to push it up as it's going to be out of bounds.
And you know, this kind of offense, being high-powered for this long, especially with 6 or 7 minutes left in the first half, that's really good pace from both of these teams here. That's why we've seen such good play from them.
Yeah, definitely have seen good play right there. And going to be the throw-in by Manhasset in this 1-0 game. If you're just joining us, 7 minutes to play. Looking for the throw-in, but not able to get it. Pirates ball. Pirates on the throw-in. It's going to be Trinka.
You know, we see Trinka here. Yo, she's a freshman this year. She's one of these first players off the bench. She's very fast and strong on the ball.
Yeah, definitely a good trait to have, being very fast and very strong. Able to win the 50-50 battles is definitely a key that everyone wants to be able to have on their team. And she's also their first off the bench, and being the first off the bench comes with a lot because that means you're the first person who's going to get the call. Starting on the bench is not always the easiest thing, but we're back to the game now. Okulie trying to get the kick across. Not able to get it deep. Manhasset's going to keep the ball. Playing it quick here with under, but the ref is going to call a whistle, looking as they played it a little too quick as we have subs for Manhasset. Manhasset's going to be subbing in D'Angelo. And it's going to be subbing out right here is Calgaris.
What we see from D'Angelo, she has a lot of high expectations. She's probably going to be a key part on this Manhasset team next year.
Yeah, definitely. Only being a sophomore. Calgaris, though, has played the entire game so far. 3-year starter and also a senior, and had an older sister who went to the country championship. Now with the throw-in right here, Pirates able to keep possession of the ball, pushing it forward, desperately wanting a goal with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Pirates are the throw-in right here, throwing it to the middle. Olsen now with a little chip play, but Moss able to make the save before too much danger can arise. 5 minutes to go in the game, 1-0. Moss with the kick. Off the head right there of Wong, able to keep it low. Pirates pushing it over is Almana. Almana picking across, getting to Cumberman. Huberman bringing it forward with a nice move right there. Now trying to get a Caminiti, but Caminiti just too far off the pass. Moss with another throw in.
And with just under 5 minutes left in this half.
As Lima stop right there. Bringing up is Manhasset. Looking for it, kicked up the middle. Cubberman with a nice stop, and then a nice quick kick to Lima. Lima with the kicker cross intended for Tansy, but just stopped. Trying to play the defense right there, and a nice play right there on by Kaplan. Tansy now looking for it. It's going to be a foul on Manhasset and going to be Pirates ball.
And it probably looks like Mepham's going to want to tie this one up before they go to halftime today. Only around 4 minutes left in this half.
Yeah, just 4 minutes to go in the half right here. Don't want to be down going to half. Tansy now looking for the kick. Kicks it off, a very strong kick right there. Pirates making sure to stay on sides. Olsen now bringing it back, trying to get a feed, but no one there. Now Tansy trying to get the coverage, but not able to. It's going to be Trinka on the defense right there. Gets it out, but Manhasset's going to have the ball with just under 3.5 minutes to go.
And if there's going to be someone on this team that wants to motivate Mepham going into the half losing, it is Caitlin Tansy.
Yeah, one of the captains on the team going to try getting a spark right there. Going to be a foul on Lima. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Manhasset going to try playing this a little slow. Don't want to have the Pirates have another opportunity here in this half. Up by 1 goal. Manhasset now thinking what they want to do. Kicks it deep. Trying to get it through, but no one in sight. The Prada able to get the cover. The Prada is looking for a pass now. The Prada thinking where she wants to go. Decides to boot it. Boots it high, but no one in town. Wong able to get the ball, but going to be out right there. Going to be Manhasset ball out on the Pirates. Little contact there, but going to stay Manhasset ball. Sean, what do you think they're going to try doing here with just 2 minutes to go?
Yeah, with 2 minutes, they're just trying to keep this ball out of the Pirates' hands here, trying to keep that lead going into halftime.
Yeah, as they have a free kick, they definitely do not want the Pirates to have another opportunity at a shot to end this. As trying to get up another goal right there is the free kick. Stops it. Beautiful play right there by Tansy. Now Olsen trying to kick it out, but able to get it out with Manhasset getting it out of bounds. Pirates ball out on Alzheimer. With 1 minute, 40 seconds to go, Pirates working pretty slow. Probably going to try going this only down 1, but now they're looking for the through ball. Able to pressure right there is Olsen. Pirates ball with 1 minute and 30 to go.
And today both these teams have really been giving their 100%. Try to stay in this game.
Yeah, Parisi now with the throw in. Olsen trying to pressure. Olsen trying to get through and keeps the pressure up out on Manhasset. So now 1 minute and 15 to go. Little pressure rising. Maybe they can get another shot on net. With the throw in right there is Parisi. Tries throwing it to the middle, forcing something. Not able to get the force. But now Tansy has it. Tansy looking for an opportunity. Gets it over to Caminiti now. Almost have enough, but Moss is going to be able to cover it with 1 minute to go. Moss thinking what she wants to do with it. Probably going to just play it very slow. Boots it off, trying to get it to 50, but right to Cubberman. Able to keep it deep, but not deep enough. Kicked by Trinken. Now looking for Okulier, but not having her. Just playing it back to Tansy. Now Tansy intended for Cubberman, not able to get there, but Parisi going to have it with 30 seconds to go.
And Mepham's going to try here for their last push of the half to try to get this ball in the net.
As Kang is pushing it up with 20 seconds to go. Kang looking for a through, but no one in town. The Prada with the save with 15 seconds left. The Prada thinking what she wants to do with it. Just boots it deep, trying to get it out of harm's way. 9 to go. Trinka not able to get it. Kang able to pressure with 3 seconds to go, trying to look for a last second shot. Nothing arises, and that is the end of the first half.
Great play from both teams in this first half. Manhasset leading 1-0 going into this break.
Yeah, Manhasset is leading 1-0. Very nice by them. It's been pretty much a 50-50 game by both teams. You know, both teams had their game plan. Both teams stuck to it pretty well.
And as you see the Pirates coming off the field here, they have both, Pirates and Manhasset, very, very aggressive teams so far this game, able to get this ball up and down the field very fast.
Yeah, you know, Christopher Keene, the coach on Manhasset, said they lost 18 girls to graduation last year, so it's more of a rebuild year for Manhasset this year, trying to get their freshmen and sophomore involved more, trying to be able to build that team up. You know, they only have one win, as we're going to send it down to Sophia Whitaker with more.
Keene, you played a great first half. What do you think has worked well for you guys today?
I think we're playing aggressive, winning 50-50 balls. I think we're using our speed to our advantage, but we're also being smart defensively and not letting Mepham get behind us and using each other as backup.
And what do you plan on telling the girls during halftime?
I know Mepham's a good team. They came back on us last time we played. It was a similar situation, up by a goal at the half, and we can't have a let-up here. We know that the sun's going to be a factor. We know that they want to come out hard, so we got to weather the storm for the first 10.
Yeah. And I'm Sophia Whitaker, sending up to the studio.
As we are back in the action, as we have Dylan Wigdor and Oliver Mattis here in the booth.
Yeah, this was a great first half we saw right here. You know, a lot of back and forth action, but, you know, Manhasset was able to pull through right now. They gained the lead right now. And just, Dylan, do you mind telling me about this first half?
Yeah, I mean, the Mepham Pirates and playing great defense so far. They only allowed one goal.
Yeah, they only allowed one to start. You know, Mar able to play very solid right there. Sean, how do you think?
Yeah, this is a very aggressive game from all players on both sides of this ball. They're obviously trying to hope that they keep this energy going into the second half. Mepham obviously might be a little bummed out from going down 1-0 at this halftime, but all they can do is keep pushing and hoping for that breakthrough goal.
Yeah, Sean, I totally agree. You know, both teams have a lot to prove. Mepham overall in their conference is 3-3-2. You know, Manhasset is 1-5 in their conference. Both teams have a lot to prove.
I totally agree with all of you right now. You know, this has been a very close game, as we've all seen so far. You know, such a tight game. You got to wonder, how are each teams going to adapt to each other and maybe stick to their keys or not, or try a different approach.
One player I've been seeing a lot this game for Mepham is Victoria Olsen. She's been moving around quickly this game, going everywhere.
Yeah, she's definitely been moving around everywhere. Another player, though, this time on Manhasset has been Alzheimer. First year on varsity and definitely proving herself.
I definitely agree. I mean, being a first year on varsity and she's making this big of an impact so far, that definitely shows character and the type of player that she is, and the amount of time and energy that she's willing to put into this team to bring out a win for this Manhasset team.
Yeah, on the topic of Manhasset, you know, one of their key games was winning 50-50 balls. That's what they have been doing this game with the one goal so far. And for Mepham, they have good attitude, you know. They are 110% the whole game. You know, that's how they have to go. Score early and first.
Well, so far they have not stuck to their second key, score early and first. We see right now that they're actually down by 1, so that's definitely going to be something that's going to be a change. I bet now they're going to be trying giving 120% this whole game due to them being down. But just because you're down, you're not out.
Yeah, as Manhasset keys to the game, we're winning the 50-50 balls. You know, they've done a very nice job of winning the 50-50 balls. Another one was to spread the field using speed. They've done that too. Spreading the field, able to get nice passes across, and the last one, hold the lead. So Keene looked like he knew that they were going to be up 1-0 in this game. Now they got to hold it.
I definitely agree. I mean, being able to retain this lead in the first half so far, it's definitely what they wanted to do and what they've been maintaining so far. You got to wonder how that's going to play in the second half.
As we will send it to Sophia on the field.
I'm here with the coach of Mepham Girls Soccer. You're down by 1 point in the first half. What do you have to do to come out on top today?
I think we just have to play a little harder. We're playing great energy and great effort throughout the first half. I think we just have to finish our chances. We talked about less touches on the ball and getting some more passes and getting into the final third a little quicker.
And what did you tell the girls during halftime?
Just to play with more intensity. We were down against them 2-0 last time, and we came back and won 3-2. So just keeping the faith and playing with confidence for the last 40.
And I'm Sophia Whitaker, sending it back to the booth. Good luck.
Thank you.
So Dylan, it's a pretty close game right now. Both teams, are looking to sway this game in their direction. What exactly do you expect to see in this second half?
Well, I absolutely expect the Mepham Pirates to keep on fighting. Both teams have been aggressive this game. Mepham Pirates, they have to score. I mean, that's pretty much it.
I definitely agree. It does start off with scoring, but this Manhasset defense has been so strong throughout this whole game. You got to wonder, how is Mepham even going to get the chance to try and score?
Yeah, especially with a lot of their key players on defense for Manhasset.
Do you mind telling me some of those key players that we've seen throughout this game that will have a huge impact later on?
Yeah, one person for sure is Madison Colera. She's been battling injuries all year with health and stepped up for absence of number 18, Osario. So she's been filling those shoes quite well.
I definitely agree. And someone on this Mepham team that we covered earlier, Caitlin Tansey. I mean, top 100 player. What more could you ask? She's been putting in so much effort. She's been getting in almost every single play. We see her on the ball every single play. She is definitely fulfilling that 110%. 4 goals this year so far. Newsday top 100. She's committed already. I mean, this is the player you want and need to get to try and sway this game in your direction.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. On the topic of Mepham, Coach Bazila, this is a friendly rivalry game between her and Coach Keene. She used to work at Manhasset. So.
And as the whistle now blows, we are back to this game, and we see Manhasset already driving this ball down. We see a deep one launch, but that will be stopped by Mepham right there. That was stopped by Tansey, who we were just talking about earlier, and we already have a stoppage right now.
Yeah, both teams are looking to be very aggressive at the start of this half.
And we see Tansey starting off with the ball. You're going to wonder, is she going to try and long ball it? Which it looks like she will. She's waiting for the signal. And here's the kick. Deep one by Tansey. That's going to go deep into Manhasset territory. It gets by, and we see Olsen trying to run it down, but that is stopped by the Manhasset goalie, who has been phenomenal throughout this whole game so far. And that ball gets launched over, and we see Mepham trying to struggle for it. That ball is going to be kicked out by Mia Hafner, and Manhasset will maintain possession of the ball.
Yeah, Mepham was all over that ball there.
And as the ball gets in, Mepham already trying to fight back, but it goes back to pretty much the same exact spot, and Manhasset will once again get ready for the throw-in, as we'll see Lulin throw it in. Already we see Hafner trying to run in. Oh, and we got some physical over here, and it looks like that will be a foul on Manhasset. We just saw right there Oakley go down, and Mepham will have a huge opportunity here to try and bounce back in this game and get something going, as we see Tansey getting ready.
Yeah, Tansey is kicking the ball in, getting it ready for the Pirates. Looks like she is going to be kicking a deep ball here.
And there's the kick by Tansey. And we're looking for a header, but we're not going to get a header. And that is a beautiful header right there. What a goal by Mepham. That's exactly what you needed right there. That's exactly what the Pirates needed. Beautiful header by Lemma right there. That is one of the captains of this team, and that is exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, what a great goal there by Mepham. Staying on top of that ball was a great key piece, and now it's a tie game, Ollie.
I mean, just phenomenal kick by Tansey right there. And while Lemma, not necessarily being one of the captains, she's one of the more experienced players, and she's honestly acting like a co-captain to Tansey. Just a beautiful sequence of events right there. Not much more you can ask for right there. And Mepham is right back in this game as Manhasset now trying to be aggressive, getting this ball down the field. And we see some physicality over here with Kestenbaum on Mepham. She's playing great defense so far, and we see a bit of a struggle. And that ball is going to get hit out, and Manhasset will get the ball.
Yeah, Manhasset is deep into Mepham territory here. Hopefully they can capitalize.
I mean, if you're Manhasset, you definitely want to try and strike back as we get the throw in right here. And even right here, we see the replay of that beautiful kick and that setup and that header. I mean, what more could you ask for from Lemma right there to gain possession of the ball and get that ball in the goal? As we see Parisi launch that ball high into the sky, but it's too deep into Manhasset territory, and they're going to play that ball out.
Yeah, Manhasset, and Mepham both playing great defense to start this half.
It looks like Sellera is going to wait to throw it in, and she throws it in, and Mepham, it's going to be out again so far. We're seeing a lot of back and forth action right here. The second Manhasset gets the ball, they're trying to just rush down, rush in, trying to retaliate for this goal, and we see the throw in again, and we see two Mepham defenders getting possession of the ball. We see, and now Parisi has possession of the ball, but Manhasset just fighting back as now Manhasset just launching that ball up, and we see Cannonbomb rushing in right now, trying to get possession of the ball, potentially pass it over to Oakley, but that doesn't happen here as Tansy now gets possession of the ball. She's trying to maneuver her way around here. Beautiful pass right there to Lemma, as Lemma's now going to pass the ball over to Tansy, and she's going to maneuver her way. Beautiful swerve right there. Beautiful pass right there. Beautiful sequence of events we're seeing right here. And that pass just goes a little too far, too much oomph in that. And Manhasset will launch that ball back down over towards Mepham.
Yeah, it was a little too hard of a kick there.
It was a beautiful sequence of events, just too much oomph in that kick right there. But Mepham striking back right now as they're being aggressive right now. We see Olsen fighting. We see her getting possession. She's driving the ball down right now. Beautiful pass right there to Parisi. Parisi tries to get the kick, but that will be saved by Moss. We've seen this Manhasset goalie Moss do a phenomenal job throughout this whole game, only giving up one goal. I mean, what more could you ask from your goalie? As we see Cannonball trying to fight for that ball, passing it over to Parisi, and Parisi takes another shot, but Moss is going to be there to stop that play. Moss analyzing what she's going to do. Looks like she's going to punt it, and she goes for the punt. Beautiful block right there by Caminetti, but that will work in the favor of Manhasset as they're going to get possession. But Cannonball right there doing a great stoppage right there. And here comes Parisi out of nowhere. And beautiful play right there by Parisi. She's now going to look for a pass right here. And she gets a beautiful pass to Tansy right here. And Tansy, unfortunately, does not maintain possession of that. And that falls into the hands of Svetchik. And now Mepham once again gaining possession. That ball gets lobbed up high into the sky. We see Olsen trying to fight for that. Does not get it. Manhasset, we see, launches that ball out, sending it back to the middle of the field. But this Mepham team is not giving up. They're fighting back. Parisi striking again. And we see Almona now fighting for the ball. Unfortunate pass right there. It gets into the hands of Manhasset, and they're now going to try and bounce this ball back. But beautiful stop by Tansy right there. And this Mepham offense is still in Manhasset territory. They have not left Manhasset territory in quite a long time. As now Caminetti was looking for something, passed it over to Tansy. Tansy, back over to Caminetti. She's deep in the middle. But here comes Manhasset ready to do something. But Caminetti, beautiful maneuvering right there. And unfortunate pass right there from Caminetti. That ball did not reach it to Tansy. But she gets the ball back again, and she's fighting for it. And there'll be a stoppage right there, and that'll be Manhasset's ball. But beautiful effort by Caminetti right there.
Yeah, beautiful effort by Caminetti there.
Not much more you could ask from that. And, Tansy did such a great job. Caminetti did a great job of trying to maintain that possession of the ball. As we now see Sellera going to launch this ball deep down into Mepham territory. We now see Manhasset on the offensive side. And we see Manhasset launch the ball deep down. Beautiful header right there by Hafner. Manhasset, and we see a bit of a physicality right there, and that'll be a crucial play for Manhasset right there, as they'll maintain possession of the ball.
Yeah, a little scuffle there, Ollie.
That's right, but that's going to backfire for Mepham, and Manhasset will have a chance of a free kick. That's not what you want if you're Mepham right now.
You're absolutely right, Ollie. They have a great position here. Let's see if they can capitalize off it.
And it looks like Theodosopoulos will take the kick right here. As she gets ready, analyzing the area, waiting for the ref to get set, waiting for Mepham to get set. Theotosopoulos getting ready for the signal from the ref. There's the whistle. Here's the kick. She lobs it up. Beautiful stop right there by DePreta. She's been doing that all game. Just phenomenal save right there. And that will continue to stack on her saves tally, which is already above 70. And we see DePreta hand the ball off to Tansy. Tansy trying to get the ball deep, but Manhasset blocks it. But that'll be a nice, easy block for DePreta.
Yeah, DePreta's been a brick in that goal.
And DePreta launches it over to Caminetti. Caminetti does not maintain possession, but it's okay because Almona was there to back her up. And we now see Tansy with the ball, passing it over to Hafner. You got to wonder, how's Hafner going to get out of here? Beautiful pass by Hafner right there. Tries to pass it over to Oakley. Does not work, though. But we see Hafner rushing back in, and that ball is going to be out on Manhasset. And if you're Mepham, you got to take advantage of this sequence. As there's the throw-in right there for Mepham. And it looks like there could be a stoppage right here. As Mepham tries to do something over here. Getting snuffed out by Manhasset right there. And as we get a stop on the play right here. Is that a thumbs up? Okay. And there's the throw-in from Mepham right there. And we see Manhasset kick the ball out again. And we are now going to send it down over to Sophia.
Good potential in sports one day. I'm Sophia Whitaker, sending it back to the booth.
So we now take a look back at the game. You got to wonder, how is Mepham going to take advantage of this situation right here? Manhasset throws the ball in. Manhasset trying to do their best to get this ball out of their own territory. But we see Almona maneuvering her way around this Manhasset defenders as she crosses it over crosses it over, but that gets snubbed out by Manhasset. Now Manhasset's going to kick this ball deep into Mepham territory, but a beautiful header by Tansy right there. As Cannonball now going to try and dribble her way around, pass it back over to Tansy. And here's Caminetti trying to take the ball deep, tries to get a shot, but that ball is going to go out of bounds, and that'll be Manhasset ball.
Yeah, speaking about Manhasset, Ollie, you know, Christopher Keene, the coach of the team, he's been a part of this organization for 17 seasons, has been the head coach for 13.
Gotta love the commitment right there. It's always nice to have a coach that stays loyal to your team and is willing to put in the effort year after year. As we see Manhasset now ready to start the play, and now bounce off of Olsen, but Manhasset will still maintain possession of the ball. And we're going to see a deep drive right here. Long pass over to Denningham. And she's going to look for an opportunity right here. But we see Tansy rushing in right there, and DePreta gonna get a beautiful stop right there. And that will be Mepham's ball.
Yeah, great stop there by DePreta. You know, the Mepham Pirates have been playing very physical so far this half. As long as with Manhasset, they both got to keep it going here.
I definitely agree. As we see Tansy going to take the kick over here as she gets set, and there's the launch. But beautiful kick right there by Manhasset as they're going to try and capitalize off of this opportunity. But we see a beautiful stop right there. But now Manhasset, as we now see Almona come out of nowhere to try and get involved. But Manhasset's still going to maintain possession of this ball. And we see a potential crossover there by Gordon, but that gets snuffed out by Mepham defenders.
Yeah, you know, Mepham Pirates, great defense there. They got to keep it going against Manhasset here with 28 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
As we see a replay over here of the free kick that occurred earlier. Unfortunately, to no avail for Manhasset. But now we see Manhasset trying to take another shot, but that ball is going to go out.
Yeah, that is going to be a kick for Mepham.
And it looks like Tansy will be the one to take the kick again. You know, Tansy's been so active throughout this whole game. What more could you ask for your own captain to be this active and productive throughout the whole game?
You're absolutely right, Ollie. She has been everywhere.
I could not agree more. But it looks like right now we're trying to decipher what soccer ball we want to use. And it looks like the referee decided on which one. And now Tansy, with the right soccer ball, will get ready to kick this ball in and get the game rolling.
And it looks like it's not going to be a short kick either.
And a boom right there from Tansy. That's going to bounce off of Manhasset. But Mepham will retain possession of this ball. And we're going to see them try and take advantage of it. We saw Mona, beautiful player right there. Hafner right now getting possession. But unfortunately for Mepham, that's going to be out on them. And Manhasset with a quick throw-in right there. But it looks like they'll be out on Denningham. And Mepham will now actually maintain possession of this ball as Hafner, working quickly, throws it in. We see some physicality right there. Nothing called. Olsen doing her best right there. But beautiful play by Manhasset right there. Beautiful defense. And we now see them maintain possession as a beautiful kick right there to try and set up something. But that is going to be out on Manhasset, and Mepham will regain possession of the ball.
Yeah, as Ava Parisi was bringing the pressure there.
And it looks like we're going to see a throw in right there. And as that throw goes in, we see a header right there from Mepham. But that ball is going to end up rolling out, and that will be Manhasset possession once more.
Yes. Both goalies have been exceptional this game, Ollie. Can't you agree?
I could not agree more. Moss and DePretta have been doing an exceptional job. But it looks like we are now going to get set for the throw-in, and here's the throw-in. And we see Mepham trying to rush in and get that ball, but to no avail. But that cross is going to fall into the hands of a Mepham player, Oakley. But she loses possession, and Manhasset will now regain possession of the ball, drive this ball down deep. And we're going to see a potential Manhasset offensive situation here right now. But that pass gets blocked by Tansy. And Mepham will regain possession of the ball once more and drive this down Manhasset. But now this ball goes back to Manhasset. And they will now do their best to get another offensive situation. But Cannonbomb right there. Beautiful stop right there. And we see another opportunity right here. We see Oakley trying to drive this ball down. She's going to look for a cross. And she's dribbling around Manhasset right now. She gets the cross right there. Unfortunately, no capitalization off there right there. It looked like she was looking for Caminetti right there, but unfortunately overshot it. And now Manhasset regains possession of the ball. And they're going to go for a long one over here, but no one was over there. They tried to go for Denningham, their captain, but unfortunately that shot was just missed. And Mia Hafner is going to get possession of this football and get ready for the throw-in, as now she throws it in. And now Mepham getting possession of the ball. But now it's going back to Manhasset. And now Almona fighting for the ball. She passes it over to Caminetti. Caminetti looking for someone open. Cannonbomb's open. And she's going to drive this ball deep down. No one's guarding her. But now she's going to pass it back over to Tansy. Beautiful pass by Almona right there. Cannonbomb trying to get possession. Tansy now with the ball. She's dribbling her way through. Beautiful sequence of that right there for Tansy. Maintaining possession of the ball. She's going to look for someone open right now. She's taking the ball a little bit back, doing her best she can to find an opening. And she's going to launch that ball forward, but to Manhasset. But actually, there's going to be a kick right there by Almona, but that gets snuffed down by Moss once again.
Saved by the keeper there for Manhasset.
Moss kicking the ball deep, looking for someone open. She sees Denningham open, but we see Mepham guarding her. And Hafner gets possession of the ball from Mepham. And now we see Oakley trying to get possession of the ball here. And she kicks that ball over. Olsen, unfortunately, not able to get that. Cannonball now open. She's dribbling her way. She's maneuvering her way through. Beautiful pass right there. Gets the ball over to Oakley. But that's falling back into Manhasset's hands. And that's going to go for a deep one. But overshoots it. And now we're going... Manhasset still regains possession of the ball. And they're going to drive it deep once again. But that'll be blocked by Parisi right there. And now Tansy looking for someone open. She's scouring around. She's going to go deep with this one. Over to Caminetti. Caminetti passing it over, but no one was available, and Moss and Manhasset will get possession of the ball again.
Yeah, Caminiti, was a big fighter there for that ball, but just couldn't come up with it.
Fortunately, nothing was able to come up with that sequence. Manhasset will maintain possession of the ball. We're seeing a lot of back and forth action right here. Just not a lot of capitalization going on so far.
Yeah, it's both 4s for each team sub out.
So now we see Manhasset trying to be aggressive over here, but that ball is going to go out, and Parisi will get possession of the ball.
Yeah, the Mepham Pirates, just keep working is one of their keys, and that's what they've absolutely been doing. They were down 1-0 at half, and they've just kept it going.
Could not agree more as Parisi tries to get the ball rolling over there, but she's going to unfortunately kick it out, and Manhasset will regain possession of the ball and get ready for the throw-in. As there's the throw-in. Beautiful kick right over there, looking for Savino right there, and she's going to actually drive this ball down deep into Mepham territory, but you see Tansy rushing in over there. Beautiful play right there. Manhasset will maintain possession of the ball once again, but that was a beautiful stoppage by Tansy right there, rushing in out of nowhere and getting a beautiful slide right there.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more, Ollie.
And you got to wonder, will this be the moment that Manhasset takes advantage? As we see
Caroline Savino sub out.
Now Manhasset trying to work something here, but long kick by Tansy, but that's going to bounce right back over to Manhasset. As now Gordon trying to make something happen over here. She's going to cross it over. Unfortunately, overshoots it. Denningham was not ready, and she's going to try and cross it over once again. Beautiful stop right there by Mepham. Beautiful defense. That was a really sticky situation right there. And they're actually driving this ball deep right now. As we see Tanis now driving deep into this Manhasset territory. But she will get snubbed out. And Manhasset will drive this ball back to where they were. We see some physicality over there. Nothing called. Manhasset will maintain possession. They're going to keep on driving this ball down deep into Mepham territory. But Tansy, once again, getting another stop right there. Manhasset will get the throw in over there. But that's a nice way to stop some Manhasset momentum.
Ollie, it's like Tansy is teleporting. She has been everywhere this game.
I agree very much with that statement. As we see, ball gets in, and goalie, and a missed kick right there. Unfortunate for Manhasset right there, as unfortunately Denningham just slightly kicks the ball a little too hard. It gets under a little too much. As we saw DePreto was out of the box. You got to wonder, will Mepham ride this momentum and drive this ball back down after an unfortunate mishap right there for Manhasset?
Yes, Mepham is very lucky to still be tied in this game.
As we now see Oakley trying to fight for this ball. She's struggling with Denningham, and that ball is going to go out. Manhasset will get possession of the ball, and we're going to see Lulin throw the ball in. As she throws it in, we see we see Hafner bounce that ball back, and Mepham will get possession of the ball, but Manhasset finds a way, and now Mepham trying to get the long ball over there. As we now see an opportunity with Oakley. She's going to try and get there quickly, but not quick enough. And Manhasset will get possession of the ball once more. But this time Manhasset's already. And they're going to play quickly. Beautiful header right there by Almona. Tries to set something up. Nothing goes about it. But we're seeing a lot of quick action going on so far. A lot of back and forth.
Yes, Sylvia kicks it out there for Manhasset.
Everyone trying to keep everybody on their toes. If you can spot the slightest moment of opportunity, you're going to take advantage of that. As we see Caminiti sub out. And now the play starts again. We see Oakley trying to cross it over. No one over there, as Moss will get possession of the ball once again for another save. As she now punts it down, trying to find a Manhasset player, but to no avail as that ball goes out. But Manhasset will get possession of the ball again.
As Manhasset is looking to throw it in, as there is a whistle on the field.
And I'd like to give a quick little shout out to Midweek Update. It airs every single Wednesday on the BMB YouTube channel. You'll see some familiar faces, and you'll get a little notified on what's going on in the middle of the week. So definitely stay tuned for that. As now, it looks to be as though Mepham will have possession of the ball, and they throw it in. Beautiful header right there by Manhasset. But too many Mepham players right there as Almona trying to fight her way through. But Manhasset will get possession of the ball again.
Yeah, both teams just going crazy this game on defense.
This has definitely looked like a defensive-heavy game. But as we see Mepham now trying to drive this ball down deep into Manhasset territory. Unsuccessful, though, and it'll be Mepham's possession once again.
There is a whistle on the field again, as Mepham is doing a sub.
It looks like Scalzo will come in the game for Savino.
Devin Moore also in the game.
Mepham has possession of the ball. Good throwing right there. Good header right there. Ball still in. Manhasset kicks it deep, but Mia Hafner right there. And she's going to try and lob it back. And Olsen trying to rush down to keep that ball in, but that's going to be out on Mepham. And Manhasset will have a big opportunity here to potentially change the tide of this game.
As
Manhasset gets ready for the throw-in. There's the throw-in. That ball is launched high into the sky, but beautiful header right there by Mepham. Trying to get something going right there, but Manhasset will maintain possession of the ball as Caligarios is going to get a beautiful pass right there. And now we're going to see Manhasset trying to drive this ball deep, and that ball will be out on Manhasset. Beautiful stop right there by Mepham.
Yeah, especially now that they're in their own territory. You know, both teams are playing 110%, as that was one of Mepham's keys to the game.
Most definitely. I mean, I think everyone's playing at 150% with how intense this game is going so far, as we have roughly 16 minutes left into this game. Score is still 1-1.
Yeah, 16 minutes worth of hard work, and these teams are showing it so far.
This is anyone's game so far. As we get the throw in right there from Mepham, it's going to be a long one. And it's going to be out on Manhasset. So Mepham's going to be able to drive this ball a little bit farther than where they just were. About halfway across the field. This is a perfect situation for Mepham.
As Caitlin Tansey is in the middle of the field looking for the ball.
As here's the throw in. It's going to be a deep one again. Beautiful header by Manhasset right there. As we see Caligaros get a beautiful hit right there. She's going to try and drive this ball down. She's going to take it backwards, gain some momentum. And we're going to see Manhasset drive this ball deep down. But Kattenbaum doing a beautiful job staying on their toes. But Manhasset will maintain possession of this ball as Gordon, we've seen active throughout this whole game, pass it back to a teammate. And that will be out on Mepham. And now this is a key moment right here for Manhasset. You're deep into Mepham territory. How are you going to respond?
You're absolutely right. Hopefully they can get a goal here and keep it going.
As this Mepham defense just snuffing out this Manhasset offense, we're seeing a lot of back and forth going on right now. As we see Olsen get possession of the ball, and she's going to drive this ball deep down, about halfway of the field. As she tries to get it to Caminetti, but that ball is going to be out on Manhasset. Hafner going to look to play quickly right here, look for someone open, as she throws it in over. That's going to bounce over. And it'll be Mepham's ball again. This is a prime opportunity right here. You have 14 minutes left. Anything can happen here. This is the perfect opportunity for Mepham to gain an edge in this game.
As Kylie Tanis was the one looking for the ball there.
And it looks like we're going to see Caitlin Tansey get the throw in right here. Or excuse me, she's going to kick it in. You got to wonder, are we going to see another head-in goal? As here's the kick. Unfortunately, no one over there. Another close shot right there. That ball bounced off of Moss. Unfortunately, Caminetti missed left. But that's okay. You got to keep moving. It was a prime opportunity right there. Beautiful kick by Tansey right there. And Manhasset will get possession of this ball, as that is a big sigh of relief for Manhasset right there.
Yeah, a big old trade. You miss one goal, the other team does it too.
For sure. But Manhasset now trying to get this ball out of their territory as they just side one big of relief. And they are going to get this ball out of their territory. And they're going to drive it deep into this Mepham territory. As we see once again Gordon driving the ball deep all beautiful maneuvers, but she's going to miss left right there.
Yeah, that was a great drive there by Manhasset. You know, it was just led all the way, and she just missed it. You know?
And we've seen Gordon all this game on Manhasset driving the ball deep into this Mepham territory, keeping everyone on their toes. She had a close opportunity right there, unfortunately just missed left. As we see Tansy going to get the kick in. She's going to look for a deep one. And here's the kick. It's a scorching laser right there. Bounces off a Cannonball, off of another Mepham Pirate. Now Manhasset will get a bounce off as Olsen now gets possession of the ball. She's going to maneuver away. Beautiful pass right there. But Manhasset will get the ball back as Caligaros will get the ball again. But the Mepham fighting back. Parisi getting the ball right there, trying to launch it forward. As we see Olsen now fighting once again. We've seen Olsen consistently throughout this game fighting for the ball, and she just got Mepham a beautiful opportunity right there as they get possession of this ball.
Yeah, they have possession of the ball with around 11 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the second half.
This is most definitely an intense moment right here as we get the throw in right there. Deep one, going to bounce off of a Manhasset defender. Mepham launching the ball up into the sky. A lot of back and forth action. This ball's being launched sky high every single second as we see Cannonball try and get possession. And we see Tansy launch this ball high into the sky. It almost looks like the soccer ball will turn into the moon.
I can't agree more, Ollie. You know, it's getting dark out, but the moon came out early tonight.
Definitely, but, you know, every single interaction in this game is important. Like, if the ball is hit at a certain angle, you can get a certain header or a certain kick. So every single time the ball goes high, anything can happen.
You're absolutely
as we get
right.
as we get the throw in right there, and the ball being launched high up again. Missed headers right there, but we get another header right there. As Mepham trying to get this ball deep, but Manhasset gets a beautiful stop right there. Now Mepham gonna take it easy as Tansy kicks it up over, and Olsen's going to drive this ball down. Beautiful pass right there. She sees Caminetti open, but beautiful header right there by Manhasset, stopping Tansy. But Olsen getting possession of the ball again. Now the ball's over to Tansy. Tansy unfortunately misses it. That ball is going to go over to Denningham, and she's going to launch this ball into Mepham territory. But we see Pirates over there. We see Parisi getting that beautiful stop right there. But Manhasset will get possession of the ball.
Yeah, Parisi, varsity since freshman year, or earned starting spot middle of freshman year. So,
as we get the throw in right here, Manhasset trying to do their best to drive deep into this territory. But that's actually going to go in favor of Mepham. And they're going to play it quickly right here. We get the throw in right there. Looking deep. Looking for Tanis. Unfortunately, does not go that way. But Manhasset will get possession of the ball again. But there's Mia Hafner coming out of nowhere. And she's going to try and cross over. But Denningham right over there to stop her. Manhasset gets possession of the ball. Excuse me. Mepham gets possession of the ball. And now this is something you got to look out for. You have just under 10 minutes left. You're deep into Manhasset territory. Caitlin Tansy, what are you going to do?
Yeah, Christopher Keane tried pulling a fast one on us.
As we see Tansy looking deep, potentially try and recreate what they did earlier as she launches it deep, looking for Caminetti, but Moss will get possession of the ball. And they're going to look to act quickly over here as we see Mepham trying to run back, get ready, as we see Cannonball go for the header right there. Misses it. Parisi tries to get it. And we have a call on the play right here. Manhasset will get possession of the ball. You know, just under 9 minutes now. Every single second matters. In a tie game, 1-1. It's anyone's game. Anything can happen at any moment.
You're absolutely right. One play can change this game and the landscape of it as well.
As we see Manhasset get ready for the kick. She launches it high into the sky. But Tansy right there with the header. As now we see Mepham trying to get this ball deep. But it will be Manhasset possession.
Yeah, Victoria Olsen with a great stop on defense there.
Now we see Manhasset trying to drive this ball deep down. They have an opportunity right over here. But Tanis, beautiful stop. And DePreda, beautiful stoppage right there. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see right there.
Yeah, Depreda, I mean, she's been a brick wall today.
Could not agree more. As now we see Mepham trying to get an opportunity over here. Trying to get something working over here. Maneuvering their way out. Manhasset does get possession of the ball. They're going to drive this ball deep down. But Tansy just ready, like always. And she's going to try and dribble her way out of this situation. Look for Olsen right there, and she does. Beautiful pass right there. Is Olsen now going to look for a pass right here. She crosses it over to Caminetti. Caminetti got to rush down over to keep this ball in, and she does. She's going to try and cross over the Cannonball. She does that beautifully. Caminetti now rushing down the line, trying to maintain this ball in play. But beautiful job right there by Manhasset to keep this ball out of play. Beautiful hustle right there by Manhasset.
I could not agree more, Ollie.
We see Lulin once again doing all that she can do to stop this Mepham offense.
As Victoria Olsen subs out for the Mepham Pirates.
As we see Denham getting possession of the ball. But now we see Mepham fighting back. Almona rushing in. Now Mia getting the ball quickly. She's going to throw it in quickly. She gets it over to Almona. Almona looking for something. That ball deflects off of another Manhasset player. And now Almona looking for an opportunity right there, but Manhasset just going to play it smart and just launch this ball out and regroup. Now Mia Hafner throws the ball in. Beautiful header by Caminetti right there. But that's going to fall into the hands of Manhasset. But Mepham is going to maintain possession of the ball as Manhasset did hit the ball out. As we see quick plays going on right here. And that's going to bounce off of Almona. And that will be Manhasset possession as Denham getting possession of the ball. Tansy being super aggressive right here. Fortunately, does not work out for her. As we see Lulin getting ready for the throw-in. Looking for Denham. And we see Caminetti rushing in. Tansy getting possession of the ball. And now we see Tanis getting some motion over here. But Tansy doing what she does best. Passes it over to Tanis. Beautiful play right there by Manhasset. I mean, Denham has been all over the place throughout this whole game. I mean, that doing a beautiful job on this defense. Just stopping this Mepham offense as Tansy launches it deep. Prime opportunity over here. Bounces off the head of Lemma. And Moss gets another save. Crucial moment right there. But now we see Almona trying to keep this ball in Manhasset territory. But Manhasset defense just launching this ball out as we've seen all game. But the ball is actually now in Mepham territory as we see some back and forth going on. And it's going to be Mepham possession. That's exactly what you're reading at. As we see a long throw-in right there. Looking for some action to go on. Looking for Tanis. But we see Oakley get possession. And now Tansy has possession of the ball. She's going to look for an opening. She gets snuffed out, but luckily she has backup over there. But now Manhasset's going to drive this ball deep down. You see Kang rushing them down. And that was a beautiful sequence of events right there for Manhasset. If you're Manhasset, you're under 5 minutes. You have the ball in Mepham territory. Got to take advantage as we see the throw-in right there. But Mepham just kicking it out as now we see Tanis fighting for the ball. Now Oakley pushing it over to Tanis. But Manhasset just launching it back into Mepham territory, saying, nope, we're staying here.
Yeah, it's Ava Parisi with the header to make it go out of bounds, as it is Manhasset ball with a whistle on the field.
We're just under 4 minutes right now. Manhasset looking for an opportunity right here. This is a make-or-break moment.
Cannot agree more.
As we see the throw-in, and it's getting kicked around by Mepham defenders. Manhasset still in Mepham territory, however. As we're going to see a pass over from Manhasset. Beautiful sequence with Cannonball just ready to get this ball out. But Lulin says, nope, we're staying in Mepham territory. As Denham, beautiful cross right there, looking for an opportunity. Unfortunately, too far out, and Manhasset was not ready for that. But they still have possession of the ball. Beautiful kick right there by Calagueros. And Manhasset still in this Mepham territory, trying to find an opportunity, trying to break in. But beautiful kick right there by Kaplan. You know, this ball is still in Mepham territory. You got to wonder how you're going to deal with that. Oh, beautiful kick. Another beautiful kick by Parisi right there. But this ball still staying in Mepham territory. And we see Caminetti just rushing in. Beautiful play right there as we push as Mepham pushes the ball a little bit farther back. As Hafner now throwing it in over to Caminetti. Caminetti looking for an opportunity over here. She's getting guarded by two people right now, but she's swerving around them, doing all she can as we see some physicality over there. And that's going to get called. And Manhasset getting the ball back. Unfortunate sequence of events right there for the Pirates as we are now just under 2 minutes remaining in the game. As you see a replay right here of the foul that was called on Caminetti.
Yeah.
Being a little too aggressive right there as Manhasset launches the ball down. Beautiful header by Tansy right there. But Manhasset ready at the go as we see them trying to drive this ball deep down. They have a big opportunity. They get a kick, but another save by DePreta.
DePreta has been a beast today.
As we see DePreta punt this ball down all the way into Manhasset territory. And this ball is still rolling farther and farther. But Manhasset defenders ready at the go. Now we're about halfway through the field, and we're gonna get a quick throw in right there from Mepham. They're gonna try and take as many opportunities as they can right here to try and get something going. As we are under a minute now left in the game.
Let's see if one team can capitalize.
This is a crucial opportunity right here for Mepham. Manhasset is gonna do everything in their power to stop this kick from going in. As we see the cross right there, we see Manhasset gets the ball out. And they're going to actually drive deep with this ball. This is a big opportunity. They're going to launch that ball, but Cannonball playing smart, plays back, drives it back into Manhasset territory. Caitlin Tansey down with the ball as we see a bit of a scuffle.
Oh.
And we see foul right there as that will be Mepham's ball. Caitlin Tansey getting possession as this is a crucial moment right here. Tansey getting ready as the clock is ticking. Tansey kicks the ball. High it goes. Beautiful kick right there. Oh, beautiful save by Manhasset right there. Saves the game. That net was open, but Manhasset finds a way to make a save and make this game tied.
What a game, Ollie.
I mean, what a close finish that was right there. That was so intense. You saw Tansey with a beautiful kick right there. But Manhasset, as we see a replay of this sequence, Tansey launching the ball in. As you see, it gets past Moss. But Manhasset defense has been almost unbreakable throughout this whole game right here. As this game does end in a tie of 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, both teams played exceptional defense today. As we're seeing the high fives, great sportsmanship.
You always love to see great sportsmanship. We saw how aggressive this game was getting at the end, how intense it was getting. We know how much this game means to both teams. And that was just such an intense way to end it. You see that kick by Tansey. We know earlier we saw so many opportunities when Tansey has made that kick. Just unfortunately does not go in the way for Mepham right there. And Manhasset finds a way to make this the game end in a draw.
As both head coaches, talking it up, they used to work together, Ollie. So, great sportsmanship by these two.
Definitely. And I think both teams should be proud of how hard they played. I mean, undoubtedly, this was an intense game. Every single moment mattered. Every single possession mattered. Every single second mattered. You could not have asked for a more intense and perfect game.
I could not agree more, Ollie.
It's everything you could have wanted and more. And we are now going to send it down over to Sophia.
Player of the game, Caitlin. Caitlin, what did this game mean to you?
It meant a lot. We needed good momentum, especially with playoffs coming up. So the energy needed to be there, and honestly, I think it was.
And how did you and your teammates help prepare for today's game?
Obviously, going 100% in practice and treating it like a real game.
And I'm Sophia Whitaker, sending it back to the booth. You're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, both teams played exceptional tonight. Both teams should be very happy with their performance, Ollie.
I could not agree more. And that's going to wrap it up for this game of the week, brought to you by BMB. Signing off.